Hey there, you doers. So I have a Honda, a van, and a few years ago I noticed that I thought this was a leaf that was stuck to the back of my car, and turned out it was actually the paint was peeling off here, right up here, and also above my windshield. And I did some research and found out that this is happening to a number of cars, including Hondas that are in white. This is a 2014, and also I believe in blue. And it was not covered under the warranty, and this car is about 10 years old, so I'm going to try to repair this myself. I'm just going to do the best I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the area using this glass cleaner. There's some other grease removers, but I'm just going to buy this glass cleaner, which some folks recommended, and Home Depot, one person recommended it. So I'm going to use this to clean it off. After I've sanded it down, I'm going to finish off with this 320 grit. And then I'm going to clean it off with this cleaner. I'm also going to use this tack cloth to get any dust and debris off of there. So after I've cleaned this off and sanded it down a little bit so that it's less of a bump, there's not much of a transition here, but I want to make it less noticeable. I guess I could use some Bondo or something and then sand it down, but I'm going to try to keep this simple as possible and let you see how it turns out. But before I do all that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Gorilla Tape here, which I love this stuff. It's really sticky. I've used it on other repairs. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to dab it on here to see if I can get any more loose paint. That's going to be my first step. So I'll share with you my progress here, and you can see how it goes. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. Just want it to look better than how it looks now. And in terms of my products that I'm going to use, I'm going to use this primer. I don't think it needs primer, but I'm going to use it anyways. And I have this Clean Metal White primer that I've used before. Works pretty well. It's a Rust-Oleum product, not necessarily for cars. Use that. Then I have this Perfect Color Match, which I've used before. Matches pretty well. And you can find out the color you need by looking at the door jamb. And then I bought this Protective Clear Coat finish. It's not like that. I've heard some things about 2K, but I just got this, and I'm gonna wear a mask, a respirator when I'm doing this. So as Brett also, you don't want to be breathing any of this stuff in. All right, let's get to it. And if you like this video as we go along, please like it and please subscribe. And you doers, let's get things done. All right, first thing I'm gonna take some of this Gorilla Tape. I'm just going to try to see if I can loosen any more of the paint. Let's go closer here. Alright, so there's a close-up of the upper damage here. I'm just going to take this. Oops, look at that, see? So I'm going to just try to get any extra loose tape off here. In here. I'm going to try to just get any of the excess paint off here like this. Dab it. So this may not get everything off, but it's going to get fair amount off. So look, it's growing, so it's better work when I fix it, or else I'm going to have a bigger area that I now have on display. Let me keep doing this here. Alright, so it looks pretty good. Let me get this patch down here, try to grab that paint stuck up there. As you can see, I got good area, got bigger. As you can see, this was the gray area and this was the gold area here. Now that I've exposed more of it, so now I'm going to do the bottom part. Ooh, this is really coming off here, so we want to get the really loose stuff, because we don't want to have to do this and then peel right off very easily. This stuff down here. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go. Now I'm going to sand this down. Some people recommend starting off with like an 85 grit or like a heavier grit. I just bought a 320. I didn't buy 1,000 or anything like that. But I have an old 150 grit here, which I'm going to use to start off with. Or you know what? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the surface up with this. I don't find any dirt in there. I bought this glass cleaner here. I'm going to spray it down. And just spray that on there like this. It's all around the area up here. Alright, so I'm gonna wipe this off. Looks pretty clean. Clean off this bottom part here. Let me open this up just to clean it under here. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to sand this down. So first I'm going to take this I have a used 150 sanding block. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to sand this down to smooth out the transition point a little bit. I'm just doing this by hand. I think scuffing it up may help bond the primer. Again, I don't know if you even need primer. I'm going to try it anyways. I'm just grinding it down here. Again, wear some a respirator of some sort. You don't want to unnecessarily be breathing this dust in. Even it's just not good for you. Trying to minimize what I have to buy. Again, I'm doing this by hand too. So I think this is happening to other brand cars. I have a Honda. I like my Honda, but I'm not pleased with this paint situation, and I don't really feel like paying someone a lot of money and saying they're not worth it. But at this point, if I can do this myself, I get to learn how to do it. Kind of fun. It's a U-doer. And alright, rather smooth. Got this 320 grade here. I'm going to try some of this. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but just to smooth it out a bit more. So this is 320 grade. I'm just going to wrap it in my 150 block. And I still can feel the transition point, but good enough, I think. And if there's anything up here. Pretty smooth. Alright. That's good enough. I'm not going to sand anymore. I'm done with sanding. Alright, so now I'm just going to wipe off the dust with my paper towel. Just going to wipe it off. And I'm going to use this again, this glass cleaner I got at Home Depot. No ammonia, streak-free shine. Never bought this before. Guy at Home Depot recommended it too. So I'm just going to spray this around the area like this. I'll just wipe across one way. It's a pretty nice day today. Dry pretty fast. So now I'm going to take this tack cloth right here, and I'm just going to make sure it's done. Ideal for finished prepping stain bars, same removes dust and dust particles, so I'll use that to clean up. Then I'm going to put some paper over the edges to prevent overspray. And we'll get to it, okay? So let me just do this. Then I bought this paper. I'm going to use this paper. I'm going to be pretty loose about it. I don't want to get lines, so I'm going to create like sort of a, like when I tape here, I'll keep it like loose so that some can get over, and so there's some little bit more of a transition versus in the past I've put tape right across, and when you peel it off you get like a line. I don't want a line. It's okay when it's like at the bottom of the car where there's natural lines, but here I'm going to try to avoid that. Let's take this tack cloth here. I'm going to open it up here. I'm going to fold it back. I don't have a big area, so I'm going to fold it back like this, and I'm going to wipe it. Wipe it down. So it's kind of sticky. What's it doing is it's picking up all the dust. And I'm just using this to pick up any dust. Now I'll just use this area here. Alright, there you go. So there you have it right here. My prepped area. Now I'm just going to tape this off with this. And with some painter's tape. The way I taped it was I used this painter's tape and I put it underneath the glass, and then I put this paper over it so that when I spray it'll go in here without an issue. And then I'm going to tape the same way down here, except downward, so that I don't have to worry about it creating a line or anything like that. So as you can see now, I taped right here. This is where I taped the window. And this is over the brake light. I tucked the paper in here and just taped it on the sides. Now I can spray under here without an issue. And then I'm going to let this hang loosely here, so it'll be more of a transition, and I'll tape all the edges around here. Actually, I'm going to tape it down here. I'll tape it way below here. I'm going to tape down here to protect this part here. I think a lot of, in any work, a lot of it's in the prep. And don't do this on a windy day. Don't hurt my face or other people. Okay, so there we go. I got it all taped up, as you can see. Got it taped up all along here, and taped on the inside of the door. Taped it underneath the window here, and I taped it underneath the frame here. What I mean is, I may take a piece like this and bend it so it's like this. Just create a little flap. Alright, so let's get going here. I'm going to put this mask on this respirator. I don't feel like breathing in paint, nor should you. You test with locking these, sucking in, see if it seals. And it does. Okay, now first I'm going to do, I'm going to spray this primer on here. Very lightly, probably 2 or 3 coats. Let's see how it goes. Shake this up. You hear the rattling. Shake this for a minute to the ball. You hear the ball in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this back and forth, going downward, overlapping each layer. From back and forth, and then I'm going to do it lightly, wait about a minute or a couple of minutes, several minutes, and then I'll do another 2, like about 2 coats, maybe 2 to 3 coats total. And this is just Rust-Oleum clean metal primer. I'm just going to do this lightly, not too aggressive. Let me see how it's sprayed. Okay. Good light coat. Look at the transition. I'm not going to overdo it. I don't want to start having it have issues. I can always, just again, I'm going to do the top part because this is vertical. I think some people do, and they don't let up on the sprayer. I'm not that good, so why I'm spraying on and off may not be the best way to do it. But right now, it's maybe when I get better, I'll be able to spray continuously. I'm not going to get too, start wanting to fix everything. Better to do it in light layers. If it gets too thick, it starts dripping, and you don't want it dripping. And I'm going to leave it like this for a few minutes. And I'll come back and do another layer. Alright, it's been several minutes. I'm going to put another layer and shape it up a little bit more. Alright, now you can see it really goes on smoother with you keep a continuous flow. It's almost like you're painting. What is your painting? But you start seeing, looking pretty good with this primer. Right, so that's the second coating. You can see this is looking pretty decent now. Alright, you can do this, you doers. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And we'll keep getting things done. Alright, I'm going to go with the third coat here. I might go with fourth coat. Still can see under here. Not going to touch it. I can see like where it's going over. I might try to do thicker coats in those transition areas, but we'll see. Let's shake the can once more. Not too windy. Just do back and forth motion. And I'm not messing with this anymore. Pretty good. And I got a little deep spot, not too long. Where those came from. That's okay. Alright, so don't try to go for perfection. If you're doing this yourself, go for nice. Go for perfection, you're probably going to mess it up, that's my view. And go for perfection next time. See, I already messed it up right there. See that? That's bad. Just trying to get jam stuff in as well. I screwed this up. Right. I got some drip here. I don't know what I'm going to do. You can see the line here, but it looks much better than having this exposed paint, that's for sure. It looks much better. Alright, so I've waited. Gonna mess this up here. Let's just put one last coat down here. Put one last coat down here. One last coat down here. One last coat up here. Remember, learn from what I did. Just be patient. Don't rush this. I'm not messing with this anymore. I'm not touching it. Good enough. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna think I have to redo this area. I'm going to go back to my amateur technique. Just brushing like this. Don't get greedy. I'm about to get greedy there. So I kind of messed this area up here. It's smudged it. It's not that great, but if you step back, you can't really see it in the distance. So here, let me show you a close-up of this area here. So smudged. It's pretty decent though. You can see the line. It goes right here. I'm not too disappointed with this work here. You can still see the line of the paint peeled, but I'm not too disappointed. Not bad. Let's use this primer. Alright, you do it. Remember, let's get things done safely. Alright, you doers. Got the primer on. I'm going to wait an hour, and I'm going to put the color coat on here. Then I'll put a top coat on here. So went pretty well, I have to say, as a U-doer. Not perfect. I'm not sure exactly what primer, how cover is supposed to be, but I mean, with white primer, it kind of looks pretty good on the car right now. And now that it's starting to cure, in the shadows, you really can't see too much of the contours, but it's not bad. It looks much better than a bunch of peeled area with gray area, and I didn't want to get it worse. So next phase, let's see how it goes. All right, you doers, like and subscribe, and we're going to get to the next phase. So you can see here, I've waited about an hour. The top part, I wiped it off here a bit earlier, and so the transition's not that great. You can see where it's smudged, and I tried to fix it. It's not super great, but it's not bad. Paint went on smoothly. You can see on where the paint was peeling, you can still see it. But down here it seems much better, maybe because it's a little darker and not so much in the brightness. You can't really see where it fades off. Probably should have cleaned this area better, but it's not bad. This bottom part's actually a little better in terms of the fading, in terms of you know, how it looks in terms of fading with the line. It's actually pretty good. Up here it's a little smudged where I was messing around with it. I sprayed it too thick, and then I'm gonna get some tack cloth. Get it off so I'm get the debris off here. All right. So now I'm gonna use this Duplicolor Perfect Match, which is for Honda Colors, and I got the one that matches mine. It's labeled here white diamond, so you can look inside your door jamb and the driver's side, and it should list the color that you need. So I got this at AutoZone, and it was about like $16, $17. Alright, again, I'd recommend getting a respirator. Not that expensive, it's worth it. Check if it's sealed. You want to put your hands over the filters and breathe in, and it should suck your face. So I got up because all this, I don't know if you could see it, but there's all this mist in it. You don't want to be standing here even with a respirator on. No point in standing in the middle of this mess. I'm going to do the top portion here. I'll put layer number 2 on here. I'll wait about 10 minutes. It's really hard to see the paint on it. So again, alright, that's layer number 2. I stepped away. I could see the mist going around. Even with a mask on, everything around here. Again, the respirator when doing this. Any aerosol type item. So, right, looking kind of looking better. We'll do one more layer, maybe 10 minutes. Put one more layer on, one there. Just the light layers. Looks pretty good. Especially this bottom part. This bottom part looks really good, I think. Let me zoom in on here. This part looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this area here. The upper part here. Not too bad either. Actually, pretty well coated. Putting the final coat on here. Right up here. Probably put too much paint down. Alright, so now I'm going to put on the clear coat. I just bought this Duplicolor Perfect Match Protective Clear Coat Finish. I think there's other brands out there, but I'm just going to use this. May not be as good as that 2K stuff they talk about, but just put a couple of layers of this on. Allow 10 minutes in between. So this take me about half an hour. Wear your respirator. Especially if you're using that 2K stuff, but in general, wear a respirator. because layer number 2, shake the can for a minute every time you use it. It's mixed really well. Alright, so layer number 2. Alright, okay. Okay, this should be my, I think this should be my 3rd coat. I think I'm going to make this my final coat. It's getting shinier, I noticed. But not as shiny as the actual car itself. And apparently you can lock it up for 24 hours with some buffing cream or something, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a thicker coat on here with this. My final coat. Then I'm going to unwrap it and I'll let you see what it looks like. Check this out here. Stuff on this top. Alright, so again, wear a mask. This has been helpful. Please like and subscribe. You doer, you always learn by doing. Again, this is not perfect. This part here is not perfect as I want it. This is not bad. Some learnings, but it's pretty nice though. You know, and not peeling. It doesn't look bad anymore. So let's put the final coat on. Alright, you doers, here we go. Here's the final coat. Alright, that was the final coat. I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes. I'm going to remove this stuff and we'll take a look what it looks like. Alright, so, I'm not going to put any more layers on. I'm not going to try to ruin this. Let's unveil this and see what it looks like. And if we need to, we can buff it. Alright, so let's unveil this right now. So I just removed all the paper from the outside here. Alright, now I'm going to remove the rest of the paper here. Let's go closer if I can get closer here so you can take a look at what it looks like. There we go. Now I'm moving this out here. Smooth. Alright, there you go. So you can see it looks pretty good. This is dirty here, so it looks pretty good. Let's bring the camera up closer here. Alright, so there you go. That's where the top part that I did here. This is the see, it stops about right here. This is where it got smudged and I tried to fix it, and I really should have peeled this off more. If I really didn't want to see these bumps, this transition, I guess I've seen people Bondo it. And what I should have done here, anywhere close to the edge, I think I should have tried to peel it all back so I had this clean edge, especially right here where basically I'm at the edge. So let's go down here. It's hard to see, but it's pretty good too. So it's getting dark out, so. Okay, there we go. I put the light on here so now you can see a little more. This is pretty good here. I'll go close up. So you can barely see the line. So as you can see the light here, and watch as I transition over to the other part of the car. Over here. about the same distinct light. Alright, so here's the top portion. Right here is where I didn't do very well. Alright, well there you go. Pretty pleased with this. I'm pretty pleased. Alright, you doers. Alright, you doers, there you go. We're completed our project here. I'm gonna let this cure for the rest of the time. So again, what I did was I sanded it down, I cleaned it off, sanded it down, and then I used a primer on that, a Rust-Oleum primer, white primer. I put, you can hear the paper. I papered it off first, and then I primed it. Then I primed it. I also used tack cloth after I cleaned it off. I used tack cloth. I primed it. Then I put the color coat on there, and then I put the clear coat. So looks pretty good. I used some Gorilla Tape to tab it to make it to get any more peeling off. And I do have a little bit of imperfections here, but that's okay. If I ever want to redo this, I can always sand it down and then redo it again properly, or more clearly. But as a U-doer, I'm pretty pleased with this. Alright, U-doers, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let's keep getting things done. Alright,